That's right. All right, firing it up here. Yeah, that was the time. I saw Roman's post that was funny where it's like someone who locked in 2.5% interest rate looking like a king.
Oh, that's all of us.
Okay.
That's me. That's me, Connor, Pat, and I think Jeff. I think he got by with like a 3.2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But all of us were under three
Yeah.
when we got our houses.
Yeah. So that's great. I mean, yeah, my house it'd be like super unaffordable. It'd be like almost 3 times as much as it is right now.
Yeah, I remember we talking about that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
glad you got it when you did, and it's
That's
a good
right.
deal.
That's right. All
Yeah.
right, I got the stream fired up here. Hopefully, get some dubs. Oh, actually, okay, we can play one on this one. I was gonna play on my other account just in case, so I can keep
We're just
this
not
one.
gonna lose. We want
We're
to.
just not gonna lose, and that'll be
There
the
you go.
that'll be the goal.
Oh man.
If we lose at the same time, that's fine. I just can't have you racking up more losses than me, or that.
That's what it's. That's what this whole season's been like, dude. I've been trying to play some here and there and just fucking losing.
Hey, what's up, Eel? What's up, Visigoth? It's Butter. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I mean, I went on a streak there too, or I fell down to like Platinum 4 or something at one point. But, yeah, I hope, I mean, a wild card with the economy is going to be AI, so we'll have to see when that starts doing things. That has the potential to make stuff cheaper, because then you don't have to pay anybody. You just pay, like, just the machines do it.
That's how
Um,
people make money.
I mean, that's the problem.
What did I
Yeah,
do?
Yeah, people do more services stuff and they work with the machines. I mean, it's kind of like I feel like it'll be kind of like the Industrial Revolution.
I'll tell you a little bit of an example
Yeah,
how like UPS is going through that right now. So
yeah,
they there's like these new automated buildings, popping up all around the country.
like factories.
Yes.
Okay.
And now these buildings, you don't need sorters, which sort packages. You don't need sorters like in the small sort. You don't
Yeah.
need e-reg drivers. Uh, there's like tugs that drive themselves now around facilities, which is crazy. Can't even imagine seeing that. Uh,
Oh, wait a second here.
you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I just got out of queue for a sec.
And then there's what else is it? The sorters. I don't even think there might be like there's some other stuff that they don't have that just the machines do it all.
Yeah,
So if you put all these automated buildings up, you cut that many more jobs. That's a lot more money you're saving, and you don't have to pay people.
yeah. I mean, that's the question though. Is it's like, what are companies gonna do with that extra money? Right? Is that just gonna be the stock price going up and them making a lot of money and shareholders making money? Or is that something where they feel like they can cut the cost on their, the goods and services that they're giving to consumers? Maybe if they compete with each other, like if both,
Man, I
FedEx
feel
and
like
UPS both do that, then maybe
let me
it'll go
climb
down.
the ranks a little bit here, and then hopefully it goes all to the shareholders.
There you go.
And
I
top,
think that eventually maybe we'll see how it pans out. If it is a thing where um, the prices aren't coming down and a bunch of people are losing their jobs and stuff like that off of it, maybe they'll have to make a regulation where they tax AI usage or something like that. So where they're still saving money, but it's giving money back to the government. They can't force them to lower prices, but they could tax it. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of like the Industrial Revolution to some extent, where it's like, yes, all these farmers lost their jobs when we invented tractors and stuff like that, but those farmers are able to like do some different stuff. Some of the farmers that didn't go into farming, that kind of freed them up where now they could go, work in a factory or learn some other skill or trade or whatever, and it made the crops a lot cheaper and a lot more affordable for people. So we'll see. It's like, you know, what's like the checkout person, you know, really gonna do though? I mean, because some people could go do different stuff, but yeah, there is gonna be a lot of people replaced. But I mean, a lot of these jobs aren't able to fill people anyways. Like, there's so many places where they just can't get enough people at, you know, fast food or, you know, a lot of these entry-level jobs. It feels like over half the stores I see are, you know, hiring. So, I mean, is it really going to even make that much of a difference if people aren't working right now? I don't know. It'll be interesting, but that is a way that costs could come down if they're able to cut labor costs by a ton. And then they start competing with each other to sell stuff, then costs could come down. But these companies also don't want to lose money, so they're not going to bring the cost down unless there's a lot of competition for something. So, like, housing, no, there's just way too much demand, I feel. Unless they, like, turbo overbuild, which is possible, but I just don't think so. Yasuo a blind pick. Well, people don't give a crap about pick order and stuff like that, and this level solo queue. They're just like, I want to play Yasuo, I got a new skin, or I love Yasuo, you know. Hey, what's up, Faded? I mean, if he plays it a lot, you make it work. I mean, he's not my favorite champ to see, but he's also not, like, the worst. What's up, Faded? How's that Sunken Temple going? You, pugging that thing? Yeah, I've only played against Deuce Garner once or twice. I haven't played against him a lot. Yeah, we'll see about the inflation. I mean, the numbers are kind of rowdy, but depending on people's jobs, too, like, prices have gone up a lot. So it's like, if you're kind of near the bottom, you know, if prices are up 10-20%, but you're making 80% more money because you were making $10 an hour and now you're making 18, like, that's good. But if you're kind of, you know, mid-level and you didn't get that much of a raise, right? If someone's making like 50K and they're still making 50K and prices went up, then those are the people that are going to get squeezed the most. Obviously, rich people aren't going to give a crap if stuff's up 10%. If you're, you know, a millionaire, it's not going to affect what you're doing. So it's like, people at the top and people at the bottom probably don't mind too much as long as they're working. But it's really kind of those middle ground people, median people, that are going to be having the hardest time with it. Yeah, mid-level is always one that gets fucked. I mean, lower class can get fucked by a lot of stuff too, but yeah, usually it's the mid people subsidizing lower people, getting hit with the taxes, you know, getting hit with the inflation. Yeah, I mean, $20 an hour, it kind of depends on your lifestyle and stuff like that. I heard some crazy-ass numbers. Depends on where you live. Like, $20 an hour, I think, is something like $40,000 a year. I think that is a little bit below average for the South. That used to be about on average, but it's probably a little bit less. It's probably like, what, 25 an hour to 30 maybe? Depends on where you are in your career, too. If you're like 22 or something, that's probably good money. If you're like 40, that's going to be difficult. If you have kids, how much debt you have, all that kind of stuff. And, I mean, a big one, too, is do you have a partner? Right? I feel like it would be like turbo hard to get a house and other things if you're not married, or you don't have some like roommates or someone else going in on it with you. Like, that's tough. But, you know, there was something on CNBC that, like, people need, like, $100,000 to get by or something, $100,000 a year. I'm like, the fuck kind of money are they spending? Dude, holy shit, can we get a game? Like, that's like the fourth dodge.
Yes.
been trying to get a game for 20 minutes? Yeah, so it's like, if you live in a big city and you're trying to live by yourself, you know, in a one-bedroom apartment, and you go out to eat, like, frequently, and you like to, you know, go out and do some kind of entertainment, go to bars, go to movies, you know, that kind of thing, then it's like, yeah, that's going to be tough. If you got a car on top of that, you got student loans, it's like, you know, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, maybe you need 100K for that, but in the South, I mean, you can, you know, you can get by on less. I mean, I don't know. It was a while ago, but, like, I was a single dude saving money as, like, in 2008 or something like that. Now, that was kind of during the crash, but, like, even before the crash and stuff like that, I was making $13,000 a year working at Bonefish. I was not making a lot of money. I was under the poverty line even at that time. I think the poverty line was 15. I was making 13K, and I was living a good life. Like, I just lived with a guy. I lived with a roommate. I didn't go out and do extravagant stuff. You know, I was eating a lot of, like, pasta and water. And just basic stuff. I had, like, a gym membership. I'd go out jogging. I went on dates, usually somewhere outdoor that was free. Or I'd take a date to Bonefish because I got 50% off. But that's where I took my wife. I was doing like swing dancing, so that's cheap. That was free some nights at the time, or $5 or something. So, you know, and just like hanging out, I just go to people's houses. We just go over and just play some video games or go play basketball with people or, like I said, go running, work out, like. So yeah, I wasn't like going to fancy dinners. I wasn't going to like movies and plays and whatever all the time. Sometimes I did. Matinees, you know, $5, $10 matinee, something like that. There was a place that was like a dollar theater around here.
I remember that.
Yeah. So, you know, because they, you know, theaters make most of their money anyways on popcorn and drinks. I just wouldn't get any of that. And it would be like old movies, you know, that are like a year old or something. But, so I mean, I was saving money. Not a lot of money, but I was saving some money. Spending like $70 a week on food. I don't know, something low on gas. You know, my rent at the time, like a room with the guy, including utilities, cable, like everything wrapped up, I think was like $900. And it was decent. Now, obviously, you can't do a lot about rent. But again, I was probably making $12 an hour. Or something like that. $13K a year. And yeah, now could I do it today? No. But hey, thanks, Kit Cobb. So it's like, I feel like you can still have a decent life and be poor. Like, obviously, money is good and it's different these days, but you know, 13K back then is probably the equivalent of like 25 or 30 now, okay, which is like $15 an hour probably. Cassiopeia supporter. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I still have to watch the rest of that series. I think I watched either Game 3 or Game 4. So I still got to watch the rest of that, and I got to watch the rest of the European
What is it?
final one too. The LCK final, Korea final.
Bruh. Dude, Cody sent me something, that Faker, dude, he just had an insane play.
Oh, off of the Azir behind the Dragon Pit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
He sent me that, and I was just like, dude, he's just doing his thing.
He almost turned that game around. That was...
They ended up losing that game?
They ended up losing it. Yeah, they were so far behind. Like, that play saved the game for another 5 minutes, but don't watch E finals. It's beyond garbage. It's probably fine. But yeah, so I mean, I think there's this narrative that it's just like your life sucks if you're not like, if you're a dude and it's not the 666, right? But the 6 figures, 6 feet 6 inches type of thing. You know, that's what everybody says going around. But you know, I think you can still live a good life. You know, even if you have.
I thought about it. I was like, oh, okay.
That's a very common like meme or something or thing that people complain about. Yeah, they're just like, I can't find any girls. Every girl wants 666. How do you ever date anybody?
Bro, I have never heard of that.
I think, am I crazy, Chad? Isn't that like a pretty common like complaint or saying among?
That's a saying.
Like the single guys, yeah, or girls.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's I feel like that's a thing that I've seen a lot, but yeah, and it's like, not for me, I'm gay. Yeah, I think the dynamic's a bit different, but I think people, even straight people, are like overblowing that. I don't think that's the case. Not a common saying, maybe among incels. I mean, it's an incel kind of reasoning.
I've never heard of that until just now. I'm asleep.
Okay. Maybe I'm crazy.
You're a professor at a college, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You hear all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's true. Oh, you're bottom.
Wait. LOL.
Okay, this corner is warded. I don't think they're gonna try that much, but just for the record.
What am I doing?
This autopilot, we were talking about Azir, got you in that Azir state of mind.
Yeah.
I mean, height does matter, I guess. I don't know, I'm 5'9", I was able to date people. Honestly, I never even thought that much about it. Like, I knew if people were, like, turbo short, you know, that could be a problem for some girls, like dudes that are under 5'5" or something, but I never even thought of myself as being short or, like, that would be a limiting factor that much until I, you know, started seeing, you know, just some students or other people talking about it in, like, essays and things like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that girls do, like, a lot, you know, there's some girls won't date anybody under 6 feet, but it's like...
I'm not surprised, though.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I could see girls at least liking somebody who's a little bit taller than them. Although I've dated multiple girls that were taller than me. And that was fine. Yeah, and obviously money's good, but again, I think it depends on your age bracket and the kind of girl, too. I think younger girls are probably a little bit more willing to forgive poor, you know, guys that are in a poor situation or, like, in school or, you know, whatever. As you get a bit older, you know, the dynamic probably does change a little bit. Where girls are, you know, looking for starting a family or they've already got kids and they want somebody who can help support their kids and stuff like that.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Yep.
Got the flash. Take
that.
it. But yeah, I mean, my thing is, like, I think you can always kind of make it work. I think a lot of the guys on the apps, the people that are saying the 666 stuff, and that they can't find any girls, it's like, honestly, a lot of it is probably your standards are just too high. Like, it just depends. But it's like, yeah, dude, if you're like a 5 and you're going after an 8, yeah, it's going to feel really hard. Like, lower your standards or go for, you know, someone that's like a lot more niche. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what people forget is not all girls are equal. Right? Or guys. You know, you just got to find your people. Like, there'll be some girls that are like really into nerd stuff or really like nerd dudes. Right? Like, they like playing D&D. They like playing video games or something. So it's like, are a lot of those girls going to also be Victoria's Secret models? Probably not, but they're probably pretty fun. You're going to have common interest. You know, I just think that people just forget that, is that there's some stuff like that. Or like, you know, you see this a lot of times too, where there will be these quote-unquote mismatched couples where, you know, the girl's way hotter than the guy, or sometimes vice versa, and they're both like really religious or something like that. And it's like, yeah, because that's a niche, you know, kind of interest that they have, that they share. where that like matters just as much or more than the looks.
He heal?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, obviously Christianity's not like super niche these days. It's still the majority religion in the United States. But you know what I mean? Like the people that are really go to church, like the Wednesday church people type of thing. Yeah, but I know a friend, dude. I know a guy who was that I went to school with in grad school, who was like 4'11" or something, or maybe 5 foot flat, and he worked out some. He was in pretty good shape, but he was really smart and he had great social game. Like he was funny, interesting, just a good guy. But he studied internationally, or he taught English in different places, like in Turkey and Korea, and he was just like, dude, and like Korea is off the charts. He's like, I probably hooked up with like 100 women or something when I was there in like a couple of years, and I was like, wow. He's like, because they don't care about the height as much, because a lot of them over there are shorter anyways. And so he just really liked that. He liked buying Korean clothes and stuff. He was just a white guy from like Indiana or something, like some nowhere country town in Indiana. But he was like, yeah, I don't have to wear like kids clothing over there. Like I can actually get fashionable clothes. And his thing was Asian women, because he said they're just a lot more tolerant about height, and they're more into kind of his nerd stuff that he likes, you know, manga. And he didn't play a ton of video games, a little bit, but yeah, it's basically what he said he'd have to wear over here. He's like, I can't get any adult clothes that, you know, fit me. So yeah, I mean, if height is an issue, try. I mean, there will be some, obviously, American women that don't care as much either, but yeah, like Asian women, probably, you know, a little more tolerant of that, because they're shorter in general, or on average, and just the culture, you know, a lot of the guys are shorter over there too. Versus you're trying to go after these like Swedish, you know, model people, and, you know, it's like Land of the Giants a lot of times. Really? They have this warded? Guess so. I'm almost 6. Okay, I'm 6. They're respecting it. Maybe. They step up for that. Ugh, it's fucking annoying. Alright. I gotta get Mercs against Annie and Cassio. What's top doing? Not great. What? Shirelia's Vagar? I mean, I guess he does a lot of damage anyways, but it still seems a little odd. I mean, it does help him escape. And I guess that is good for Lilia for ganks. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, there are challenges. Not everybody's dealt of, you know, the same hand. But I think you can make it work. If you just play to your strengths. Just try to be positive. I don't know if that was worth trading. I held them here, though, so they're not going to get a good back. many souls is she on? 53? Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Viego's not up there, so he could be down here. Hold on, let me see if I can get a ward here. Oh, fuck. Of course. God bless. Jesus H. It's like turbo camped constantly. Okay. Well, she wasted Tibbers. Nice! And got his flash. Get that little shitter. Nice. And he didn't have Tibbers for that. If she had Tibbers, he probably would have died right there. Well, I mean, she's just playing around top. I don't know. I mean, I think bottom, especially when we got their flashes, she should have come down here, but she's, I don't know, maybe she's duoed with the Shin. Like, it's like, do you really want to get the Shin fed? Like, who cares? Like, I'd much rather shut down Cassiopeia. I don't know. I mean, it's our fault. If we could have, we did absorb the first pressure where we didn't die the first time, but I mean, yeah, I've said it before and I'll always say it. I feel like playing around bottom, unless you've got like a turbo carry top that you are very confident they can hard carry the game, or your bot is just like super incompetent. Oh my god. You know, you're shutting down 2 people on the enemy team, you're boosting up 2 people on your team, you have the chance for multiple kills, armor is lower on bottom tower, so you're more likely to get plates. I mean, it's just 1,000,001 reasons why you should play around bottom instead, but maybe she'll come over here after this. Please. There's no fucking way. Does she just not have her ult? Can't believe Cassio got away. I guess at least we got one of them. There we go. At least got 1 kill. Immediately get the tower. Got both sums. Yeah, like any tank, you know, it just feels like it's kind of a waste to invest a lot of your resources because they're so good on low resources anyways, and they're not going to turbo carry. And even with all that camping, he's still really far behind. It's not like he's even ahead. Versus getting Jhin fed and shutting down Cassiopeia is much more important, but I don't know. And that's so easy to gank with a Rakan lane post 6, like, and Jhin. Like, you have so much CC. Yeah, it's nice. So she flashed in that bush. That's funny. I thought she flashed away for a second until I saw her in there. Cassiopeia is such a pain in the ass. Shin, buddy? I don't know why Shin's going back in there. Of course it is, dude. But you don't matter. Like, just wait on other people. She have the ult? That would have been really nice to hit that. Veigar's got him though, right? Oh my god. See, this is what happens. You keep walking into the fucking person who's turbo fed. It's like, just catch the wave, man. Nice. Alright, Diego's looking over here. Okay, let's go down there. Let's push up mid and we come down there.
My grenade traveled.
Nice. Who's left? Diego, maybe. Damn, if Leo just hit some of these things, man. Could kill him, but he's got Sterix now, so.
Makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, you're gonna have to really kite him out. Student asking for a stitch. That's exactly what I thought. It's not this time, but that was earlier today. Oh, I couldn't find a spot to sign up for conferences. I know you've had them signups available for 3 weeks, and they're only going on for 2 more days. I can't believe it. The last 2 days were full. Who would have ever suspected? Everybody would try to fill up the last 2 days. It's like the people that don't even try to lie to me to have an excuse. Like, oh, I'm sick. Or it's just the people that are like, I couldn't find a spot. It's like, bruh, at least tell me some kind of lie. Come on. Or just say, hey, I was lazy and didn't get a lot of work done on the draft, so you know, if I could have a couple more days. So we have something better we can talk about. I did have one student basically say that. I'm like, okay, well, he's honest. God, this little Senna is such a piggy. She didn't even go for... Okay, Umbral. Wow, they're gonna TP on that? Okay, sure, you got it. Nice. Can we take a look at this? Yeah, push up mid. Darius is bottom. Oh, did I fucking miss my cue? May have. Okay. Nice. Blaster's getting him. It's dedication to vision control. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's one of the big perks of getting Umbral. I mean, maybe it hurts your damage a little bit, but let's be real. Like, if you're support, you're probably not doing that much damage as an AD support. Like, I don't know. I'm really high on vision control. I think that's, like, one of the, you know, most important things as a support. Even DPS supports, but... And it's not like, I don't know, it's just there's so much. Like, you're denying teleports. Obviously, you're able to make more proactive plays. I don't know. I think Vision's just freaking huge. And I feel like, I mean, it has been nerfed, but I don't think it's like that big of a thing. Like, that big of a hit. It's still a cheap item, too. Like, how much better is Opportunity for, like, you know, 1.5 item Senna? You know what I mean? Unless you're just saying that people just don't give a crap about Vision and they just want more damage in solo queue. It's like, okay, I get that. But, like, if we're actually, like... trying to optimize. Except maybe some special cases like Ashe, if she's going like mandate early, you know. There are some cases, but I think that like Umbral is definitely a really powerful option. Alright, what are we... Damn. Okay, they're probably all coming up here. Yeah. Yeah, I think Umbral's really good. Again, there's certain cases, Ashe with Mandate, that's really good for like... Ashe is an AD champ, but really, you know, she's really a CC bot. It does decent AP. Yeah, I mean, you can ping it a lot, but especially if you're an engaged champ, I mean, most ADCs or most AD supports aren't, but like being able to make good engages yourself off of your own vision is pretty nice. But yeah, if you communicate it with pings and stuff like that, people will listen if you communicate with them and you're consistently making good decisions. But yeah, if you just put it there and you don't ping it, sometimes they're not going to be watching the mini-map. They're not going to be paying attention. What do we... I guess we just try to pressure top. Yeah, just like right here, you know, you just have vision. It's also a great way to bait other supports to try to fight you for it. If you're clearing their ward, they'll almost always come up and contest. Like that Senna did. And give you free kills. Sometimes the ADC gets sucked into it too. Our next thing, I guess, is Baron. I mean, I don't have a great... I guess I could have stayed and maybe tried to get the Senna, but... You need pressuring side lanes. It's just hard to pressure these side lanes with when Darius is so much stronger. Oh my god, there's a literal fucking bug on my screen right now. A stink bug, which is going to be annoying. But I can't really reach it. I don't know if... Ah, shit. Well, I got another one. It's fine. You gotta be careful. They're all going bot side. Guess we try to go for drags. That's easier. Hope they don't Baron. We can get Senna right here, maybe, if she steps up to this. Or Annie. Oh, shit. Never mind. They're thinking about Baron. Okay, Darius is up there. I'm just gonna put a ward on that. She gets him there. Yeah, he gets him. Yeah, those are good traps. Slow them down if they try to come in. Yeah, we got 3 down with the grubs. Baron. Nice. Double range bot. Loses again. Love to see it. All according to Lilia's plan. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. Another fasting setting. Love to see it. That's right. Well, unfortunately, that's probably got to be it for me. I'd like to get back to 2 games, but we lost 20 minutes off of freaking dodges earlier. I need to get started earlier, around 11:30 or something, but I got to get up, take the kids in, and do all these conferences all day. But another 100%er. So we'll try to get rolling next time. We'll see if I can get at least 2 or 3 games next time. But GG's, man. We'll keep it rolling. See ya. Okay. Yeah, so sorry, I know it's not very long. It's like an hour or something. I'll see if I can get on a little bit. Like I said, try to get on a little bit earlier, 11 or 11:30. My sleep schedule's been a little off just with all these conferences, and I had like a kid's birthday party I had to get up for earlier. But hopefully I can get in there and get a few more games next time. But anyways, okay. Well, that's it. Thank y'all very much. Have a good